All right, welcome back to part two of whole number place value notes. In part one, we made our essential question. Our essential question is, how do we read numbers as large as the 100 billions place? So by the end of making these notes, we should be able to answer that question. So this year, what we're going to do is we're going to start off talking about whole number place value. All right. One of the things that we need to know about whole number place value is whole numbers occur on the left side of the decimal point. So, all whole numbers will occur on the left side of the decimal point. So, these are whole numbers. On the right side of the decimal point, we'll learn about this stuff later, and you learned about some of it last year, but this is when numbers are smaller than one whole. So these are decimals. And the decimals are going to be on the right side of the decimal point. One of your most important lessons is that we don't say point when we're reading numbers. We have to say that as and. So if we were reading a number and it had like a 1 over here and a 2 over here, it would be 1 and 2 tenths. If you've been playing ST Math, you probably have had some experience already looking at decimals, which is cool because we're not even going to hit decimals yet. All right. So remember, your whole numbers are to the left of the decimal point. And also remember, you can pause the notes at any time. If it's moving too fast, at any time, you can pause. If you missed something, you can rewind. And I will try my best to post pictures of the notes as well, so you have something to look at. So this is the first half of our notes for today. The main thing that we need to get across is that with place value, the decimal point separates the whole numbers and the decimals. All the whole numbers will be to the left of the decimal point. You started learning about the ones and the tens and the hundreds as early as kindergarten and first grade. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw a line down the middle of our page so we can do the second part of our notes. So the second part of our notes is going to be a place value chart that will help us in the future to read big numbers or large numbers, especially numbers as large as the 100 billions place. So to do that, we are going to have to draw 12 lines across the page. This one, I would almost suggest that you start, if you want to do pen, start with a pencil, because drawing 12 lines across the page can sometimes get a little bit complicated. Remember, 12 is going to be 4 groups of 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw 12 lines across, and hopefully it looks fantastic. If it doesn't, we can make an adjustment. So skip some room right here and draw 12 lines. I'll go over this in pen in a second. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, halfway there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so now that I've made my 12 lines, my spacing can be fixed a little bit, but remember, basically, you should have 6 lines on this side, 6 lines on that side, and that should make it a little bit easier to look at spacing. So, once again, we'll have 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have 4, 5, 6, have 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10, 11, 12. Every 3 will be separated by a comma. And then the last part will have that decimal point right there. So I'm going to get an eraser and clean this up a little bit.